All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform that gives you quality news and information on all the activities happening in Biafran territory. So, welcome you once again, wherever you are. Just indicate your location so that we can continue to welcome you and every Biafrans all over the world. Now, straight up to the issue. This is a live broadcast of the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá. It was a very wonderful address. You know, the address he gave in Germany when he visited Biafrans living in Germany. Now, we were able to pinpoint this particular place where he was talking about the issue of castigation. In his words, he said, "This is not the time for propaganda. This is not the time for castigation." Or rather, he said, the time for propaganda is over. The time for castigation is over. Now, it is the time for you to support Biafra. Every bullet is needed in order to secure the freedom of and the protection of our people. For those of you who do not know, there is a big WAR happening in Biafraland. For those of you who keep on arguing, take your phones and Google, the WAR happening in Osumogo. That is, if you'll be able to see it, because the Nigerian government are doing everything possible to hide the fact that WAR is happening in Biafran territory. So when the Prime Minister, come out, in his address and seek, for your support, you should know that at this point in time, everything, every machinery, every funds, every financial help is needed at this point, because it has entered a critical time. So for those who major work, or major motive is to continue to castigate and also to bring propaganda that will take our people's mind off the major thing. Continue. Continue. No, I'm not going to tell you to stop. Continue. But we here, handling the issue of media, and all that, we continue to expose the atrocious nature of you guys. We will continue to reply you, because that is our work. So continue. We give you thumbs up. We give you, we cut cap for you guys. Continue to create propaganda. But instead of you to distract the people, we will expose you, and we will continue to do the needful. And also, he made it clear in his comment also that there is no mercy. No mercy. No mercy. That shows that this man is not even backing down. He's not ready to back down in the issue of defeating, the terrorists who have been fighting and crying our people in Biafran land. The Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is not here to joke with anyone. The Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is not here to play around or to fool around. The Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is here to work, and he is here to achieve one purpose. We all know that. We'll not continue to talk about it on daily basis. But meanwhile, enjoy this wonderful address, live address of the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá.
Fellow Biafrans, my message today on this 14th day of July is going to be very different. I am not here to give update. Every update we have is in the public. And I believe that if you are here watching this program, you may have been following the Biafra Liberation live and direct. My fellow Biafrans, as we approach the declaration which is to take place during our convention in Finland on the 2nd of December 2024, there are things that we must do. As we continue to protect our land, as the Biafra Defense Force increase the defense of our land, the defense of our women and our children, it is the most important thing for this government to protect the right, the properties, and of course, the life of our children in Biafraland. For us to achieve this and make our place a better place for all of us, we must bear in mind that our blow to Nigeria state and to Nigeria terrorist state must continue to be deep. I mean, our liberation going forward as we approach November, December, must continue to be deep blow on the Nigeria terrorist state until our declaration and beyond. Nigeria has dealt with us for many years. We have seen ethnic cleansing of our people. We have seen attempted annihilation of Biafra people, including changing in demography, distorting our map without any consent from the indigenous people of Biafra. Because we have entered almost the final stage of the liberation of Biafra. The world is talking about the Biafra today. We have been able to put the information, the issue of Biafra in the world global stage. We must make sure that our wrath against terrorist state of Nigeria remain invisible. Our wrath remain invisible. We will continue to deal with Nigeria, and Nigeria will not know what is dealing to them. And that is the invisible of the wrath of Biafra people. We must not have mercy on Nigeria terrorist state. I am telling you, the dimension that we are entering from now is that every personnel of the Biafra Defense Force must understand that going forward, we must not have mercy on Nigeria terrorist state, nor on the enemies in our land. No mercy. As we continue to defend our land against terrorist state of Nigeria and their foot soldiers, our happiness must always be at the tip of our sword, at the tip of our mara, at the tip of our guns. That's where our happiness should lie. As we continue to defend our land against Nigeria terrorism, our heart will always know no pity. This message today is directly to any person that is involved in our security in the homeland. There will be no pity against anything Nigeria within Biafraland. Our heart must know no pity. I want you to understand that our cry of war will be given for our country, Biafra, which is now finally cutting the Nigeria and British chain of slavery, decade of slavery. Our defiance will not be passed until the Biafra people and the Biafra nation are free. My fellow Biafrans, when the rest of the indigenous people in Nigeria or other ethnic group, as you may call them, and the land, they continue to hang their heads as they bow to the terrorism of the Nigeria state. We, the brave, from the land of brave called Biafra. We, the lions and lioness of the emerging state and the United States of Biafra, believed in our chests we have denied 1,000 pains since the amalgamation of Nigeria. But only one proud, holy thought, which is that as we approach the 2nd of December declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra, Biafrans, we must rise against Nigeria terrorist state. We must rise against Nigeria terrorism, against our people and our land. We must rise against the massacre of our people by the Nigeria state in Biafraland, like the revenge of the Kullervo. For many people do not understand the Kullervo concept. Kullervo dagger and melee pros deals high damage, very high damage size. The Kullervo size the power of treachery to slake his thirst for revenge. In Kullervo, even the kingdom cannot shelter you from your sin. If you die 10,000 deaths, and your crimes will still pursue you. That is exactly what Kullervo does. We have opened that chapter in the Biafra liberation. Your crime can never be forgiven, especially betraying our people, betraying our freedom, and costing the life of hundreds and thousands of Biafrans, including the opportunity to excel in life and live a better life than every other person in Africa. This generation of Biafra fighters, of which you and I are opportune to be part of, we inherited this war that we are now fighting today, defending ourselves. We shall fight and finish it. We shall pass not the war unto our children, but sweetly those destinies of this war. And a new table will be born of Biafra, which will grow, charge, and triumph. Therefore, my Biafra people in Germany, I call on you, Igbos, I call on you, Efik, I call on you, Ibibios, I call on you, Ogoni, and the Jaws in Germany and beyond. There is only one Biafra, and its ideal cannot be removed by sheer of force, or by sheer of gun, or by shears of barrels of the gun and bullet of the Nigeria terrorist state. This Biafra remain Biafra. It remain our nation. And we must not allow the share of the Nigeria forces to force us away from our own freedom and the land of the rising sun. I repeat, I call on you, Igbos, Efik, Ibibio, Ogoni, and in just in Germany and beyond. There is only one Biafra, and its ideal cannot be removed by sheer force away from under the old eastern region sky. Its sun is rising very fast and the dragon flag of the Biafra Defense Force is carried by the strong hand of the Biafra Liberation Army and the Biafra Defense Forces over the roars of the bloody battlefield in the eastern part of Nigeria, Biafraland. From the southeast to the rising shore of the Bight of Biafra, today the Biafra Bakassi Peninsula up to the Gulf of Guinea. We shall control our territory and our waterways. For us to do this, you must know that resources, finance, physical commitment, and otherwise is needed for us to achieve this goal that will benefit our generation and unborn generation of Biafra people. Biafrans in Germany, if you know what freedom is all about, this time you come forward and support the liberation of Biafra with whatever you have. We will make sure that our bullet will never run out of bullet. The Biafra Defense Force will never run out of bullet. It is the responsibility of you and I to make sure we do not just come to Europe to enjoy the freedom that they fought many years ago and allow our people to perish. The time for propaganda is over. Time for castigation is over. It's time we make sure that our bullets are always full in their cans. Nothing is too small. The sacrifices we have made is paying off. And today, the world is talking about Biafra. It is time we make this particular fire to burn even more and bigger than ever. Airborne to the Biafra Defense Forces. Airborne.
Thank you, my minister. God bless you. As we are welcoming our PM, welcoming our brothers and sisters all over the world. So as we about to go to the introduction, so I have to introduce Mr. Oke Owo to come and give us a welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And once again, you are all highly welcome. And good evening, sir, my Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, Biafran Republic government in exile, and the de facto government in homeland, sir. The amiable Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Arabweze, Honorable Ministers and Cabinet members, government in exile and homeland, Biafrans all over the world, you are welcome in today's epoch and remarkable visit of our Prime Minister, Ambassador Mazi Simon Ekpa to Germany. Biafrans in Germany wholeheartedly appreciate you and your cabinet in all your endeavors and efforts towards the liberation and restoration of Biafra. We say as in Dutch, herzlich willkommen. You are highly welcome, sir. We must start somewhere to tell your stories, as there's always stories around every great man. We know you carried yours and the fire of Biafra along with birth. Today, your story is like that lone ice bar that fell in a desert and nobody knew from whence nor whither. As you came on board, we stood and watched while the yoke remained unraveled. Significantly, Like Saul in the Bible, your story today started in Germany. When Onyendu asked that divine question to those who understood it, what's he going to do in Germany? He meant someone else. The response came, Iriji. We all remember who came to Germany for Iriji. And then retorted, as the answer came, he is going to celebrate a young festival in Germany. Don't let it happen. That was a command to many who understood it. None knew he was passing a divine instruction that metamorphosed in you today. The rest is history. There and then began your story, 2018. It's remarkable to note that you and your spiritual father, our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, have both sometimes in your lives fought assiduously for that incorrigible entity, Nigeria. But realized later that your destiny lies in restoring the dignity and liberation of your people, the Biafrans. Thank you, sir, for accepting the call of providence. Thank you for assembling these down-to-earth Biafrans as ministers and cabinet members, whose only mission is Biafra and nothing else. You've never hesitated, relented, nor reneged from doing that which you know is necessary and a catalyst to free millions of your people. You've also taught many of us that have followed you a lot. If I may borrow the words of my colleague, he said, Mazi, I'm your elder, but you are wiser and more intelligent than I am. That is to say, age is not a prerequisite for wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom is a divine gift bestowed on a few. Obatobie, you've taught us that wisdom may be derived. It is also bestowed by nature, given to both old and young. It depends on how you make use of it. You taught us that no matter the situation, remain resolute, resilient, and focused on what you believe in. You taught us that as a leader, you must have the heart of a lion. As Newton said, leaders have two things in common: a set goal and a burning desire to achieving it. You have proved to all that you possess and rightly belong to this class of humans. You taught us that in freedom fighting, whatever stands in the way is the way. Rather to derail and miss the track, step over it and move on. You are that too, the answer to endless prayers made by our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, when he said, Chukwu Okike Abiama, if you want me to deliver, give me the men. And God gave him one man in men. In you we found a man complete in all virtues of life: loving, caring, wise, intelligent, passionate for his people and land, understanding, friendly and truthful. You are also brave, mean and wicked. We love and cherish the last of these qualities because you need it to withstand the fierceness of our enemies, for whom it is made for. When you were shouting, leave me the hell alone, let me do the work I'm assigned to do, many mistook you for a toothless bulldog. Others said he will go the way of his mentor. Neither did they realize that the good guy is sent to accomplish the promise Chukwu Abiyama made to our leader, who God has made, no man can destroy. Today, itigo hambada nwụrụ n'isi. Yes. Your impact and achievements in the quest for liberation of Biafra from many fraternities of heartless and inhuman sects and organizations speaks louder than words can express. You were a lone voice that cried for sit at home to persist, and it does. The impact is felt till today. You've made sure all the legacies of our leader for the restoration of Biafra are not toyed with. You fought alone in many battles to instill dignity and rules of engagement in the ranks and files of our gallant men and women in order to judiciously serve the purpose for which they are set. Even as the enemies made this task so heinous and difficult, you proved to them the difference between Ebe and Ebe. Today, you have transformed a police force into a formidable army, navy, air force, and a fearless strike force, whose only goal is the defense and liberation of the people, the Biafrans. We graciously thank you for that, as that is not enough. Your zero tolerance to failure and mediocrity led to forming the latest milestone from nobody to autopilot to infiltrators, etc., etc. And today, the government in exile and the de facto government in homeland. A great achievement. Thank you, sir. It's not easy. The government in exile and the de facto government in homeland today, the achievements and impacts of your ministers and the cabinet members speak in volumes and are creating waves and fears across the globe. The first ever Biafran conference has come and gone under you with a very big success. The second convention is loading. That thing in Finland is not here to play. It is given to us by Chukwu Okike Abiyama, and the gods are with you. Nothing can ever happen to you. No human can touch you. That is an assurance from God, and it must come to pass. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you continually warn them, but they refuse to hear. They refuse to learn. Above all, it is to know that your continued outbursts and actions is what keeps our leader alive today. Their motive to rendition our leader and end the movement did not materialize because of you. Your name will forever remain in gold in the history of Biafra. Thank you, sir. It is an irony and strange, but with the hand of God, that the same people who despise and call you names are the ones who promoted you to greatness. Alas, every name they called you sounds better than the last one. And each they find and divine suits the time and tide of the season. Autopilot, Ekperima, Mwapuda, ESN, Infiltrator, that thing. I very much love that thing because it could mean happy. We know how happy bites you. It is deadly. We need it. Touch them, my leader. It's also amazing that that thing has transformed autopilot into a formidable and respected government among nations. Thank you, sir. Your contributions, achievements, dedications, resilience, and passion for our people and towards the restoration and liberation of Biafra is unimaginable and innumerable. It's countless. Thank you, sir, for pledge and promise you made to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We all heard when you said, I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's spiritual son. That was the day the rest of his blessings fell upon you. Many thought it was just another blah blah, but today you've proved all to be a true son of your father. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is proud of you. He is alive today because of your engagements. When every other resorted to settlement and solution, you guided many to remain steadfast and hopeful. We in Germany as well. Many may still be in doubt whether he is truly blessed by Onyendu. Laugh it off. If you know, you know. Our leader is proud he has such a stubborn son like you. Thank you again. And many thanks also to you all who made it possible for him to get this far. All cabinet members and Biafrans all over the world. Without your support, all efforts would have been in vain. Biafrans in Germany also unequivocally decided to follow who no road. Carry us they go to the promised land. The Germany liaison, Biafrans in Germany are among the few who strongly believed in what we saw in you, and we stand ferociously behind you in this battle to liberate our people. Biafrans in Germany have also metamorphosed from autopilot in August 2022 to a full government agency, the Biafra liaison in Germany, in 2024. Our inputs and achievements are also very remarkable and worthy of note. Sir, in Germany we have wise and able men and women, intelligent, reliable, educated, and dedicated Biafrans who can and are eager to help in many ways as you may wish to pilot the liberation and restoration of our land, Biafra. We know they will be given the privilege to serve when needed. And we solemnly pledge our unwavering support to you and your cabinet in any way within our capabilities. We hope and pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama, who chose you for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will grant you the wisdom and fortitude to be able to lead us successfully into that promised land of Biafra. And may Chukwu Okike Abiama grant to our leader all his wishes. Give him the strength, the courage, the good health, and perseverance to withstand the evil plans of the enemies. May Chukwu Okike Abiama grant him freedom so that both of you shall together joyfully lead us into the promised land, Biafra, Alanso. You are welcome, sir. Thank you, Biafrans.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful from our admin, Mazi Oke. We thank you for the welcome address. Now we prepare for the breaking of the color.
Breaking of the color, is that the next? Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Mazi Akparawa, please, can you make Wanda Nkechi more co-host?
Yeah, more is already a co-host.
She was logged out before. And
okay. Nkechi More. Nkechi More. Can't even see you. Nkechi More or More. She's not in yet
she's
though.
already co-host.
She's not even here. More is not here. More, if you're here, raise your hand, please. If you're here with another device or a different name, raise your hand in the Zoom.
Yeah.
Raise your hand in the Zoom.
Okay. She is with a Precious More.
Precious More. Okay, with Precious. Precious, unmute yourself. Okay, I can see that. All right. All right, you are co-host now, Precious.
Franklin Edwin.
Okay, thank you. As we move into the next in the agenda.
Yes, that is good. Wonderful. Yeah. Now, the fourth agenda is breaking of color. So we'll call on Mazi Franklin to come for the breaking of the color. Thank you. Mazi Franklin Edwin, please, ready for the color.
So please, can you unmute Mazi Franklin, please?
Franklin, please raise your hand up. I can't find you here. Maybe you have a different name. On your device, on your device.
Yes, you are already in. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we are done with prayer.
Let me quickly say I have the ardent pleasure. It is my greatest joy what is happening today. It is a very big remark that can never be forgotten in history. And before I say anything, I want to first of all welcome our leader right in Germany. And I'm welcoming him with $50. That is welcome. I also want to use another $50 to deliberate on the cola, to preside on the cola, by the grace of Almighty God. So for the interest of those who don't understand Igbo, as I speak Igbo, because, you know, cola does not understand English, and cola does not speak English. Cola only understands Igbo language. And that is why, for that benefit, I said, please, excuse me and allow me to speak in Igbo language.
Mazi Franklin, please, we have to adopt a Gemma